Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ambition Amplified. My name is Christian Garfias. I'm obviously here with a very talented individual. He's both a violinist, a producer, and a rapper. So he's both blending a lot of classical strings with a lot of modernity and storytelling in a lot of ways. So please give a warm welcome to my guy, Alan Madison.
Appreciate it, man. How are you doing?
Awesome. Hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. So can you tell us a little bit more about where you got started from? How did you really get this musical intuition with you? All good, man.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
One more time?
I was gonna say, like, where did you begin with this journey with music? Like, where did that intuition really start with you?
Well, as far as violin goes, fifth grade is when you start it in my elementary school. So around
Okay.
fifth grade, there was this guy on like PBS,
Hmm.
David. He was doing covers of all like old songs that people play all the time. And honestly, it had me inspired to keep going. To be honest,
That's good, man. And what
yeah.
about rap? What did that start for you as well, or producing?
Um, I mean, as far as like taking it seriously, I would say probably after high school.
High school
In
for
my
sure.
family, yeah, in my family, when you graduate high school, you get a laptop. So as you can imagine, you get a laptop, start experimenting with things. And one of my homies, Hunter, he showed me how to make beats, and yeah, that was pretty fun, man.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, was that on like FL or like you just learned on your own through other programs?
Uh, Ableton.
Ableton. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yep.
For sure, man. For
You
sure.
dabble around with it too, or what?
You say what, man?
You dabble around with it too, or what?
Yeah, sometimes FL, but I just do some experimental stuff, not really taking it that serious. But maybe I should, man. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. Like, when did you realize that one of these talents really like came onto you first naturally? Like, was it rap? Was it really just like producing? What was it really playing the violin? Which really came to you more naturally?
Mm, I don't know. I would say I can't really like choose one. I'm not gonna say I'm like the best at either of them,
I
but
feel you.
I'm decent at all of them. Which I think it's mostly from a competitive aspect.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? Like my homie showed me how to make beats instantly. I'm trying to figure out how I can make the best beats. You know what I'm saying? Like
for
homie showed me
sure.
how to record. I'm trying to make the best stuff.
Yeah. So it
You know?
sounds like you got like a bunch of mentors around you, man. They're like influences around you, right?
Yeah.
For sure. So, like, can you talk about that, like a little bit of the multi-dimensional path that you kind of undertook? Like, did you have any mentors for the violin? I know you talked about your homie a little bit, but
Yeah. So oddly enough, like the only mentor I ever had from violin was one of
mhm.
my homies back in middle school.
Okay, that's
One
what's
of my
up.
yeah, one of my homies, Eric, bro. This dude was so cold, bro. Like this boy was cold on the violin,
Yeah, dude.
middle school, and like, dude, he was the only one who knew all the songs that I knew, like all the weird classical stuff that nobody else would know.
Mm,
And,
I
and
see. So it's a little bit more technical he was playing, right?
yeah, and honestly, it just inspired me. I'm like, damn, like if this dude could get this cold, then I guess maybe I should practice more, right?
For sure, man. Yeah, for sure. You can always get better, most definitely. Were there any specific like local artists or like scenes that kind of influenced you to build each skill differently, or no?
Mm, I would say maybe like the Kanye album, like his first one. It had like a lot of violin in there because he had a violinist on there.
Yeah, college dropout. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir, exactly. So I guess hearing that growing up kind of made me just want to reach outside the box with the violin. That makes,
Gotcha, man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, that's so unique, man. It's like a different niche that, people don't really dive into, man. So that's really raw. You're kind of making it your own.
Yeah.
Did you face a lot of skepticism when you kind of brought that forward, or like made that part of your identity? Or nah, man? Like, you were just, more people were like cool about it.
No, yeah, definitely faced a lot of skepticism.
Okay.
In high school, I was part of a quartet. It was called Splash of Color Quartet. It was an
Hmm.
all black quartet. Because at the time, I mean, I was one of the only few black kids in orchestra. And as you got older, less and less, and then the only, me,
Hmm.
another kid.
Yeah,
So I'm still cool with him to this day. You know what I'm saying? So
That's good, man. That's what's up. It's always about building community and always just just going back to like your roots, you know. But that's awesome, man, for sure. Was there like an early performance or like early experience that kind of made you feel like, yo, like this is what I want to do, you know?
I mean, sort of. To be honest, like in high
Okay.
school, we were like going to the local schools. Like, dude,
Mhm.
we got paid to play for the mayor of
That's
like,
what's up.
yeah, the mayor of Aurora, bro.
Dang, that must have been a good gig, man. That's probably, was that like your first like big gig like you ever
It was
scored or like?
paid for. We got paid like 250, but it was as a group, so like we split and we all got like Visa gift cards. But it was dope, man. It was like that's when we knew we're like, dang, like we're looking around, smiling. We're like, damn, like we just got to call out of class to do this. Like, all
Yeah,
lit, man. It was lit.
for sure, man. Probably feeling like some big ballers out there, man, for
Yeah,
sure.
for real, man, for real. So that was the one, yeah.
That's awesome, man. So let's focus on the violin. I know classical training is a lot really rigorous, but how did you really balance that with a lot of modern genres? I saw you kind of did a different kind of stuff from Alice in Chains, which is like a rock heavy kind of thing, to like stuff from Adele to like more pop heavy stuff. So how do you really balance a lot of that with classical music and modernity?
Um, I mean, to be honest, man, like classical music is dying,
I
and
feel you.
so like someone's got to make it brandable. I guess is the word
Okay,
nowadays. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are tired of hearing those songs.
I got you. Do
You
you feel
know,
like you can do something different? Like I know you're doing a lot of covers right now, but do you ever feel like, I want to write some actual, classical music, just trying to put myself out there? You sure want to challenge yourself?
yeah, 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 definitely. I think doing these covers is sort of a way to get my foot in the door.
That's what's up. Yeah, for sure, man. They're really, really dope, man. I really enjoy hearing them. They're pretty good. Like I'm just like listening to them every day. But yeah, how do you really feel like the violin is really contemporary to really hip hop or popular tracks? How do you really make that feel unique, and how do you really grab sort of that hip hop and popular track aspect? Because I know it's really hard to kind of grab that music online and trying to transform it into like a little bit of classical stuff. So how do you really do it? How's the process like?
I mean, to be honest, the process is just doing what you would do on a normal day and happening to capture it. So
Okay,
sometimes I'll just be listening to a song and I play my music on shuffle. You know what I'm saying?
gotcha.
I don't even like to pick the next song. I just shuffle.
That's awesome. Yeah, you just randomly pick it. Yeah.
And sometimes I hear a song and I'm like, damn, that would sound cold on the violin. And it's like, if I don't play it right then and there, if I don't open up the case and pull out the violin and play it right then and there, then I'll never know
Okay.
what it sound like on the violin.
Dang, man. So you just play it by ear, dude. That's really dope.
You got
That
to.
takes a lot of like musical intuition too, and a lot of like mastery, man. So I applaud you on that aspect. Because for me, I would expect it to be like, yo, like you would either have to find the exact notes, find the exact, how it's written and all that, and the
Yeah.
structure of it, and just rewrite that and make it different. But that's really awesome how you're able to do it on the fly, bro.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. And
I
can you share like a
appreciate you too, man.
performance? What did you say, man?
I appreciate you for this interview as well.
Yeah, man, no problem. We're trying to uplift the people of Chicago, especially young artists and especially people like you, man. Talent everywhere around the city, man, regardless of where it's from, dude. So for sure, for sure. Do you think classical music kind of gives you principles as an advantage to be a producer or a rapper? Because I know it kind of gives you that music theory as a basis. So do you feel like it kind of gives you an advantage?
Yes and no.
Okay,
Just kidding. I hate to give an answer like that. I'm just playing, man. No,
it's okay, man. A little
uh,
curveball.
no. To be honest, I think not. I think not
Okay,
because
okay.
all right, maybe in certain settings, and I'll explain why. So I
All right.
think no, in terms of I've heard people with just straight up, just raw like musical ability,
Hmm.
who like literally shock everyone in the room as soon as they start like freestyling or like singing or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Hmm.
And they don't know a lick of music theory. But then there's people who are super technical and they can't even, they're shy. They can't even talk to like a stranger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, as far as music goes, I mean, music theory plays a small part, I would say. Maybe
Okay.
in mixing or like post production aspect, but in terms of making music, that's just all heart.
For sure. That's awesome, man. So you feel like it's more about like character, I feel like, trying to put
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
Gotcha.
definitely.
For sure, man. That's dope. I know we talk about violin, so let's kind of go back to kind of production. It kind of seems like all this kind of being the glue that connects all your talents. You're kind of being a rapper, but you're also having to create new music through being a violinist. So how do you really learn to produce, and really what's that philosophy behind, beat making or, making tracks?
Layers.
Layers, okay. Can you
Layers.
build upon that?
Yes. All right. So you'll start with like maybe for me, I always start with drums because I feel like
Okay.
the head bobbing that's what gets the song going, and then
Gotcha.
sounds.
Hmm.
You got
So
the
so
drum.
you build the backbone and then you kind of build out the body, right?
Yes, exactly. And then you got to add like the details, and then you got to add some bass to end it off, and that's how it goes.
For sure, man. That's awesome, man. Do you ever feel like, when you produce for yourself or do you produce for others, do you approach it really differently or you just kind of like change it up or, you stay with the same formula? You just keep the drums, we do this step by step,
Same formula, but different every time.
different every time.
Yep, yep.
Gotcha. Is that like a lot of collaboration you do with the other artists or is that, just like playing it by ear again?
I would say more so playing it by ear. It's been
Okay.
a while since I collaborated with another artist, so if anyone's out there who's trying to collab, you just let me know.
Hey, for sure. Putting it out there for my boy Alan.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go. Let me know.
Yes, sir. And can you walk us through like what it looks like from concept to release? Do you really think of like a specific pattern of music that you're kind of inspired by, and then you kind of build upon that through the beat, or do you kind of like again play it by ear?
As far as releasing stuff, to be honest,
Yeah.
man, it's pretty like game time decision if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like the stuff that I put out, whether it's covers, songs, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like all that stuff, it's mostly game time decision. As in, I hear it, I play it back. I'm like, all right, wait, this might actually be decent, and then I have to put it out because if I don't put it out right then and there, chances are it might not even come out, man.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody else might take it. This might just get lost in the
Yeah,
shuffle.
yeah, yeah.
For sure, man. And do you ever decide which elements of each talent to kind of take lead in a track, whether you kind of do collaborate with an artist? I know you kind of said it was been a while, but when you kind of do or kind of branch out to other genres, do you kind of do it differently in each track?
Hmm. No, I would say keep it the same for a majority of the track.
Okay, for sure. You never want to change anything that's not broken, so as I understand.
Yeah, you want people to know it's you when they hear it.
Yeah, for sure. Something to be like, oh, that's Alan, that's for sure. That's good, man. So I know rap is another dimension of your artistry. How did it really become your journey, and how do you really balance it with kind of violin and production? How do you balance all these three? Because I know you as an artist, you kind of seem to be, A1 with it, man. You got the beat, you got the rap persona, but you also got the violinist. You're playing all three, so it's really dope. How do you really manage to balance all three?
I appreciate that, bro, for real. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I would say not trying to be something that I'm not. So, like, the truth of the matter is, I've been playing violin for a long time. The truth of the matter is, I've been rapping for a long time, whether it was like quote unquote serious or not. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Me and my friends used to always rap, and it was to the point where like everybody was telling me like, dude, you are like insane with this. Like everyone's, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
hype,
like you should pursue this.
like almost, and I'm like, all right, what's the worst that could happen? People are gonna try to clown.
Yeah.
People are gonna try to clown me. You know, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at that point, you know. Why
Yeah,
even try it, you know? You should try it at the end of the day, you know?
yeah, exactly.
For sure, man, for sure. And, you know, I kind of saw that you kind of did have a few performances on that. And when you perform live, how do you really manage kind of that interplay between, you know, being a violinist, being a producer, and rapping, you know? Do you do only violinist shows? Do you only do only rapping shows at each point? You kind of switching between both of them?
That is a great question.
Huh?
I will tell you, it is a mix because one time, me and my homie, he makes EDM music. His name is Galaxy. He goes by the name of Galaxy.
That's what's up, Galaxy. Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Shout out to Galaxy. Through a concert, bro, literally at a frat house that we lived in at the time.
Okay.
$5 tickets. We had the basement packed with people, bro. We had like the whole setup with the lights, the balloons, the streamers.
Yeah,
Had like a bartender. Like we had everything, bro. And I performed there, bro. And my set consisted of the songs that I made, that I rapped over, that I produced. I made the beat, I rapped over it, and then there were a couple songs that I did covers, bro.
that's what's up. For sure.
Violin covers, bro. I whipped out the violin and everyone went crazy, bro. And then I literally had like one of my songs with violin on it. I was playing it too, bro. Like people were going nuts when that goes out. So you know,
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man, like if you really make that something you can make a blend of where you're able to do kind of both being a violinist and kind of have that experience of being both a rapper and being there live, it'll give people a whole bunch of ways to, you know, really want to come there, you know, because you're
yeah,
bringing them this whole different experience that most people don't really see a whole lot. Because, you know, like you said, classical music is dying, but in a way, you're kind of bringing it back, you know, you're kind
yeah,
of helping that aspect of it kind of not die down where it's like, you know, you still want people to know about it, you still want people to be educated about it, you still want people
yeah,
to hear about it, obviously, but you know, you also want that to be unique to yourself. So, you know, that's really dope, man, for sure.
yeah.
I think if you really build upon that, you know, it'll take you places, you know, for sure.
No, I appreciate that, man. Seriously, that brings a lot of joy to me, man. Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
man, for sure. And I know I've interviewed like a lot of artists and stuff like that, but a lot of them did start out small. So, you know, whether it be bars, frat houses, or wherever the case it may be, man, you know, people start somewhere small, you know, and they build upon that. So, you know, shout out to you, shout out to all the artists out there. So, you know, you guys are really crushing it, man, for sure. How do your lyrics kind of really reflect those experiences being a multi-talented musician? Do you really reflect that upon your music, or do you only let, you know, the instruments talk?
No, the lyrics play a big part, and I will say I take pride in that. If you go and listen to any of the songs that I made, all the lyrics, none of them are BS. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not saying like, oh, I'm the realest rapper. No, no, it's none of that. But I'm
Hmm.
never once will you hear me talking about disrespecting women. You know what I'm saying? Like doing drugs or like
Right.
money, like unless it's in like a politically correct way, talking about getting dividends and stuff.
Right. Or like
We don't
talking
take
about it in like in a comedic aspect, you know, kind of
yeah,
poking fun at it, you know.
exactly.
For
So
sure, man.
yeah, I find a way to talk about something without talking about the basic stuff is how I would describe my stuff.
That's what's up. Putting that vocabulary kind of in different ways, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. And you know, what's the biggest misconception that you kind of had about people in your space, maybe other rappers, that they kind of have about instruments? Do you really notice upon stuff like that? They don't really take it too serious. They don't really build upon that. Do you see anything from your scene that you kind of feel is, you know, any misconceptions about, you know, actual music instruments?
I would say a lot of people in the space respect it, but they don't take it too seriously. Like I've worked with a lot of people, but I've also been denied of working with a lot of people. A lot of people just straight up won't respond or they don't take it seriously enough to follow through
Mhm.
work. And it's like, when is the next time you're gonna get like a hip hop violinist in the studio?
Right, multi-talented who's able to produce on his own and play it by ear, you know. You have a
Yeah.
lot of hidden talents that, you know, a lot of people really should show to the forefront, and you know, so that's what's up. You know, people really should see that. How do you really approach writing versus to complement your own beats and melodies? Do you really write the beat first, or do you just write the lyrics first, man?
Um, I have a hard time writing lyrics without a beat, so I always make the beat first, and then I write the lyrics after that.
Like the lyrics after that. That's what's up, man. I know for me, it would kind of be about the same. Build the beat first and then write the lyrics if I were to be an artist. But that's what's up, dude. For sure, build upon that. We're gonna play a little game, man. Just be a little rapid fire.
Let's do it.
Just some things that would first come to mind. So there's gonna be some off the record stuff.
Let's do it.
Um, for sure, man. What's the first instrument you fell in love with? It could be any.
Viola.
Viola? Okay, can you give us a little bit background? Was it like a little show that you watched, or like you
No,
were inspired by somebody?
dude. So like you audition for instruments in fifth grade, like I was saying,
Okay, was this like band? Like you're auditioning for band or just orchestra?
both, and then
Both.
they figure out which one you want to be in, right?
That's what's up. Yeah.
Anyways, I played trumpet, viola, and violin. I get down to it, dude. I literally said violin. I didn't speak up, and they're like, viola, okay, next. And they moved on to the next person.
Damn.
I played viola for like fifth, sixth grade. Seventh grade, listen, in between sixth and seventh grade, I go to visit my grandma in Florida, and she's like, hey, your cousin left his old violin that he played. It's in the closet. You could have it.
Okay, that gave you the avenue.
I start fiddling around with this thing. Next thing you know, I come in next school year. Hey, I play violin now. I'm in the violin.
Yeah. Have that self confidence, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. And for some reason, tell me why as a kid I was thinking in my head, yeah, violin's more marketable anyways. They have more like the more of the solos and stuff, bro. Because
Yeah.
I tried to play a violin solo in class, bro, in like sixth grade. The whole class is like, you play viola, you can't do it, you play viola. And it was the same notes, you just play it a little higher up.
Yeah. How you like me now, right?
I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what I like. You have that story, that background. That could be a part of you. That could be story told. So that's what's up, man. Inner city kid. Being a lot of in doubt, a lot of skepticism, but you made it out, man. That's what's up. All right, man. My second question, man. What's your favorite beat that you produced so far?
Called Boss.
Called Boss. Okay.
Called Boss. If you look up Alan Madison Boss, that's a song. I sampled this one old song. I can't even describe it, but it's got this like old, like Western, like saloon, like Mexican saloon type of
Yeah,
sound.
old western.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
like a gun duel, back to back type shit.
yeah. Some good, the bad, the ugly type stuff. Okay.
Yup.
That's what's up, man. I'm probably gonna hear that probably after in my car, so that's what's up. I'm probably gonna tune in. What's your dream collaboration, man? Do you have any dream collaborations?
Woo! It would have to be Kanye. I can't lie.
Kanye, ooh, that would be cool, man. You honestly, I kind of see you kind of like doing some theatrical stuff, where you're kind of opening up for like this big old set, man. But you could definitely take it far more than that, for sure, for sure.
No, I appreciate that. Seriously, I appreciate all of this, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, man, no doubt, man. We appreciate you for coming around. What's the most underrated part about being multi-talented, you would say?
Most underrated?
Yeah. Is it the gig work? Is it, being able to go out there and impress more people? What is it about being multi-talented that you would say is pretty underrated?
That I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know. It's kind of a deep question, or maybe I'm taking it deep, but
Nah, man. Take it as deep as you can go if you want.
like I feel like I don't know. I feel like it makes me unique at all times, no matter where I'm at, who I'm with. I have something that other people don't, in a sense.
Nah,
Like
man.
that I can make this thing make noise. Like anyone can make this thing make noise, but I'll make a song and make people dance and sing and shit to this.
I'm saying, man, that's real spill, man. I kind of did peep that on your page, man, where it's like, as I go through it, I'm like, man, I go through Instagram through hundreds of times, I scroll through hundreds of hours, but when I see you, man, it's you. You know, you're different. You know, you play your role in that, man. So that's what's up. You play it well.
Thank you.
No problem, man. Would you say you would get up and make coffee first, or would you just play music first?
Uh, Definitely music. I'm not a coffee type of guy.
Not a coffee type of guy. I understand, man. Too many stimulants in there.
Yeah, yeah, I can't do all that.
For sure, for sure. What's your go-to Chicago spot to get inspired, man? Is it any kind of theater? You like go out there and walk
I,
around
it, for those who know, it's the Grant Park Music.
the Grand Park Music?
It's by the Grant Park Skate Park. There's a band shell. It's literally like a stage with like a shell on the outside.
Damn, that's what's up.
Me and Galaxy used to go there with the sound box, which is like a professional portable giant speaker.
Yeah, yeah.
And we used to literally, he'd do his DJ set and I'd play violin over those songs.
Damn, that's what's up.
Like
That's
it was,
honestly dope. The way you can be able to collaborate both with like DJs and everybody, man. You know, that's what's up. What would you say is one thing that every artist should start doing or stop doing?
every artist should stop capping and start being themselves.
I agree. Yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, what's your most memorable performance, man? Is it the first one? Is it the one you had down the road?
I would say it was probably the first time I played at a club in downtown Chicago.
Okay, that's what's up.
I
Was it
felt
like wait?
I felt like the man, bro. Like straight up, not even gonna lie to you. Like I felt like the man. I felt like the man. I was with my friends. We were at a darty in college. Not even
Okay, that's what's
literally
up.
right after graduation. There was literally a darty, bro. And my sister DMs me. She's like, "Hey, like this guy that I know who I work with, like, is asking for a violinist. Like, DM him." I was on 1%. Somehow
Damn,
communicate all this with Buddy on 1%, and we make it down there.
that's
On
good, man.
1%. My phone was on 1% the entire time. I communicated this entire ordeal, and we hopped on the train. 1% on my phone. At
Hell yeah, dude.
at some point, I got a charger, but like throughout the ordeal, I was on 1%, bro, and I was like, man, and it felt awesome when I was there. People were like stuffing 20s in my fucking pocket and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And tips and all that. Yeah, so what's up, man. That's really dope, dude. I feel like that was like a tuition. That was like something that kind of played into it in your journey, man. That 1%. You know, I feel like that's very message heavy. You know, like
yeah,
you had that chance. It was like that 1% chance that you had. So that's what's up, dude.
yeah, no, for real.
For sure, man. Do you have any personal mottos? Anything you live by? I know you talked about being unique and stuff like that too.
No, like actual word mottos, but like, shit, you just gotta take it day by day.
Day
That's
by day. That's what's up. For
day,
sure, for sure.
day by day.
For sure, for sure. And what's one word to describe your sound in general?
Chill.
Chill, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely more chill, for sure. I know every artist didn't have its setbacks. Can you really share a time where kind of stuff didn't really go as planned? Hello?
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm actually that question caught me off guard, man. I'm not gonna
Nah,
lie.
you're good. You're good. I thought I froze. I ain't gonna lie.
No, yeah. When I was in college, man, we had this like evil like orchestra conductor. Like this
Yeah.
man, girls running out crying, bro.
Ah, okay. Damn.
Dude,
And you
one time
needed her, I bet, right? To just complete the whole set.
you said what?
Did you need her to complete the whole set, the whole orchestra set? Is this beforehand?
I mean, no, it wasn't like that. Like, there's a lot of people in there, but like this man
Okay.
called me out one day, and he was like, "Did you?" He's like, play it by yourself." Like, and he like conducted. I had to play it by myself. He's like, "Did you practice?" And I was like, "Not really." And he's like, "Just go."
Damn, man. And like, did you show up the next day? Like, was this like a practice set? Is this a class?
That was in front of the whole orchestra, yeah.
Damn, man, that's fucked up, man. Did you ever show it to his face? Did you ever say like, "Yo, come to my set, and I'll show you"?
Nah, man, he didn't work there after the first year, but I mean, it's all
Damn,
good, bro.
it's his loss, man.
I mean, yeah, like people like that, they just got their own thing going on.
Yeah, for sure, man. You can't let it put you down as much, for sure. Did one of your talents kind of help you pivot or find a solution when you kind of had that aspect? Like, did you kind of like have a release? Like, I'm gonna just produce for a little bit, or I'm gonna just play the violin and just practice a little bit more. Did you do something else when you had that experience?
No, honestly, I just had to lock in, man, take it more seriously.
Lock in, okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always about locking in and just taking stuff more serious.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not trying to give like generic answers, but like, what I'm saying, like what else, what I'm saying, when like you get embarrassed like that, it's like, all right, I had to learn like the music at least to a point where he wouldn't be able to call me out. And if he
yeah,
did, you know,
for sure, for sure. It's always about just showing up the next day,
yeah,
making.
yeah.
What kind of lessons kind of had you kind of took from that? I know you talked about being working harder, practicing a little bit more. Did you take away from that experience a little bit, or you just like kind of push it aside, or what did you do with that experience?
One more time.
Like when we talk about that experience you had with that conductor and stuff like that, do you really push that experience away from the side and be like, yo, I'm gonna just ignore what he said, or you just really took in what he said and just like, I'm gonna practice a little bit more, and you kind of develop that obviously into your character. Did you do that, or you just kind of push it to the side?
Oh no, no, definitely. Yeah, you have to learn from that.
Okay.
Uh, you have to stay prepared so that you never get ready.
Yeah, yeah,
You
for sure.
you don't want to like you get an opportunity, then you're like, all right, I got to get ready. No,
Yeah, for sure.
you get that opportunity, you're ready right then and there.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. Do you feel like these concerts that you had kind of also played into that aspect too, where you just
100,
like where you
not,
were kind of pushed into that role?
yeah, 100%. Nothing is by accident. So
Okay, that's
that's
what's
what
up, man.
I want at my ripe age of 26.
That's what's up, for sure, dude. I know you inspire a lot of younger musicians. Do you ever have dreams of mentoring others? Do you ever want to maintain that creativity as well?
Yeah, I would. I always want to see people doing better than me, So
That's
if
what's
I'm
up, man.
somebody who like I could see that I could actually help, like, then yeah, I would definitely do it.
Damn, that's what's up. I totally would envision being like a tutor or somebody that can give people a lot of tips. Not just in the violinist side, but also on the producer side. You're very, multi-talented. You obviously have a lot of stuff you could bring out to the world. So that's what's up. Do you run any workshops? Do you do any master classes? Do you want to do any of that? What's your aspirations for that?
Um, to be honest, I like to like show people close to me how to play violin. Like I tried to teach my little sister a little bit about the violin. My
Okay,
girl, my girlfriend, she was practicing scales every week. You know what I'm saying? Like at one point.
that's what's
So
up.
to be honest, not in like a professional setting. I'm more in the performance aspect than the teaching, but the teaching will always be there. I always like to teach people, and I'm always down to teach people if they're actually willing to learn. I'll show people. I'll always tell people if they're around me, like, "Yo, hold this. Here's how you put it on your shoulder. Here's how
Yeah.
you talk. Here's how you put your hand." You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it's always there. But
That's what's up, man. You definitely, playing that role pretty well, man. Showing others around you how to really, if they want to learn more about you, they're obviously going to be more hands-on. So that's what's up. That's dope. So what's next for you, man? Do you have any new projects, any collaborations, anything expanding your sound?
yeah, I got a whole bunch of songs that I gotta release.
That's what's up. Is this a project we're working on, or is this a playlist?
I don't know if I call it a project or if I'm gonna put them out one by one, But to be honest, man,
Hmm?
I've been accepting a lot more gigs lately.
That's what's up, dude. I'm happy
So
for you, man.
yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I
Is this
got
like
like
a lot of inner city work, or is like a lot of like stuff nationwide?
it's all gonna be Chicagoland, but I got like a bunch of weddings, maybe like 4 weddings coming up in the next year or so. That's not, it's not too crazy,
Okay.
but it's all like I'm talking about new bookings within the past month or so. So
Hell
things
yeah,
are
man.
back up, man. I'm back open to business, and
That's what's up, man. I know it's starting to get cold out there, man. So I hope a lot of businesses out there for you, bro. You know,
yeah, for
what's
real.
up, dude?
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, man. Do you see yourself pushing forward and further inside of one of those talents, or continuing to blend all three, man?
Life lately has pointed a lot towards the violin,
Okay.
but this is a question that I've always pondered to myself. And regardless of like what the people want to hear, what I want to hear, like obviously violin is going to be the most like marketable and like generally
The most
accepted thing.
marketable, most appealing. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Like I'd be lying, I love to rap.
Okay.
And
That's
like
what's
everyone's
up.
saying I'm good at it. So why would I not? You know what I'm saying? Like I might
Yeah.
not promote it as much as the other stuff, but it's like we all listen to random like Instagram reel like rap snippets and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Like if it goes on, like bro, you know how many times we'll be riding around and like you know what I'm saying? Like it'll low key be fire. I'm like, wait a minute, I might have to actually put this out with the rest.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. So I'm
Yeah,
rooting for you, bro. For sure. For sure.
appreciate you, man.
Hell yeah, man. And how do you want audiences to remember your music, especially years from now? I know you talk about uniqueness. Do you want
Yeah.
to build on top of that, man?
Timeless.
Timeless, that's what's up. Yeah, definitely. Shout out the weekend.
Yeah,
Timeless.
timeless. Yeah,
For sure, for sure. And
yeah.
I know you're talking about legacy, trying to build, especially in the intersection of both classical production and rap, and especially bringing others around you, you know. How do you really hope to bring that forward, especially in the legacy aspect? Do you want to teach others? Um, you want to help bring stuff forward? Do you want to become a producer when it's all said and done? Do you want to, what do you want to do when you're older?
I mean, I always want to be involved in music, that's for sure.
That's what's up.
But to be honest, like I kind of want to I want to make movies one day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely envision you in the movie, man, for sure.
you know what I'm saying? Like some funny type
Yeah,
shit.
dude. On some like next Friday type movie. I don't know, man. You could definitely
No,
play a
for real,
cake.
that's what I'm saying. Like, pull out like playing the violin. They're like, bro, aren't you supposed to be at work? And I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, like over
yeah,
something. You know what I'm saying?
definitely, man, definitely. I run a hip hop videography business, so
Yeah,
if I ever get in touch with some of the stuff, I could definitely reach out to you. Those
let me
opportunities.
know.
For sure, man, for sure. And I know we talked a little bit about, your violinist and production or rap artistry and stuff like that, but how do you really blend a lot of these communication skills on stage? How do you really tell the audience when it's done? Or like how do you really motion a lot of that stage presence?
To be honest, I talk to the audience as if they're one.
That's what's up. So you're just like it's like if it was me and you, right?
Yeah,
That's what's up.
like
That's
I'd be
what's
talking
up.
to the audience in a general sense how I'm talking to you. Y- Y'all ready tonight? Y'all trying to hear some rap? Trying to hear some violin?
That's
Violin?
what's up. I
It's
like that a
time.
lot, man, because
Huh?
it brings a lot of personal touch to what
Yeah.
you're doing on the stage. It's not really like how would I describe it? It's almost like if you were to go to a movie and you would just see the movie, and you just go out there in the theater. With what you're bringing is more like that movie is kind of bringing out to you and asking for participation and asking for stuff like that. So that's what's up. You're bringing a lot more to the stage. Um, so that's what's up. Do you have any aspirations for music business? Do you ever want to build on top of that at all?
Um, I mean, to be honest, man, I'm trying to make music and perform without trying to go deep into the music industry. I don't want really any part of that. So
I feel you're just trying to be independent and kind of build your own thing.
yeah, some Chance the Rapper type shit.
Hell yeah, man. You know, there ain't nothing to be judged about that. You know, some people just really go about the chill effort, and you know, they're really doing great. So that's what's up, Alan.
Yeah, man.
For sure, man. For sure. And before we close, man, what does ambition really mean to you, brother?
Ambition is about never wanting to stop. Everybody always talks about the day they retire. I want to retire at 50, not 80. Why do you want to retire so bad?
All right.
Are you kidding me? If I'm doing this shit, I never retire. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
what's
I think
up.
mindset that a lot of people should try to find about something that they love to do. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. You should always want to strive to do what you love, you know, because at the end of the day, you will never get tired of it. So that's what's up, man. That's definitely ambition, you know. That's good, man. Alan, thank you so much for joining us on Ambition Amplified and sharing your journey, man. It's been really much a pleasure with you. I'll probably DM you on a different account about those opportunities, so you know, expect that. But definitely, Alan, we'll be in touch. To everyone listening, versatility, passion, and resilience are your keys to being ambitious and building your legacy, guys. Keep your craft sharp and your sound original, and keep your ambition unstoppable, guys. Until next time, I'm Christian Garfield. This has been Alan Madison. We'll join you guys a little bit later. Thank you, guys.